Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godwin and Charles Davis.
And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in after tasting defeat for the first time in about a month as their loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they come in playing reasonably well. Losers the last time out, but winners of 4 of 5 before that. Meanwhile, for the bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native at quarterback. It's Baker Mayfield.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions, right?
2 touchdown passes last week. 2
touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
All right, here we go.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. And the offense on the field for the first time today, and they were high-powered a week ago.
And they're beginning to believe that they've established a groove. They expect those type of performances each and every week. Running it, throwing it, they're precise.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Mayfield off the play fake. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And now out come the Jags.
Set. Green 39.
And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The numbers for Johnson in last week's game: 23 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
Jackson, and this is incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
3-19.
from the gun, Jackson. And he finds Safarian-Jenkins. And he coughed it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
Now Leonard Fournette. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it.
Looking to throw on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He got 29 yards that time.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself.
As he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. There you see the starters defensively for Jacksonville. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Set. 3-19.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he whips that one incomplete there. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yeah, and in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Here we go now. Blue line it.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Man, how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Browns have taken the early lead.
Pardon me, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
They'll run it with Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain at 21 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Here we go now.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Green, 39!
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there for Jacksonville, and a first down as well.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
And that'll set him back 5. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Johnson on the counter. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton there to swallow him up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Now let's go.
Here's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Set. 3-19.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Now, they went draw play there on 3rd down around the goal line. Something you normally like to see, Charles?
Oftentimes, people are prepared for a pass in this situation, so the draw is a good call. But it's better when you usually have a lead blocker. If you don't have a fullback, you can use your H-back to pull in front. Sometimes you pull a guard to get out in front. Maybe it's your tight end. But they find a way to create a little bit of extra space. A bit of a surprise down near the goal line, but it was effective in this situation.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Set. 3-19.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Fournette, a first down carry. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. 7-all is the score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
All right, here we go.
Mayfield now. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
First catch there for OBJ, and that good for a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
To the right side and complete to Njoku. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go now.
Here's a give to Fournette. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made there by Kamale Correa. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Derek Kindred there to get a hand on that one.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So without making excuses, you have to figure that this rain has had an impact now on both of his missed field goals.
It's one of those situations really difficult to practice for and tough to prepare yourself against. It's just a whole different animal kicking in the rain, and we've really seen him struggle.
And we focus on Duke Johnson now. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Play action. It's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Jackson from the shotgun. Incomplete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Here we go now. Green
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 2nd down, Jackson. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Let's go. Green 39.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Down right around the 25. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here we go now. Blue line.
Johnson, and he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
All right, here we go. Green line.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here. That looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. Now a play fake here on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Let's go. Blue 90.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go now. Green.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Lee's got it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They go play action with Jackson. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there of 22.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go now. Blue line it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now Jackson on 2nd down. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now it's Jackson. Screen play. Johnson. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Underneath for Johnson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it.
Jackson will throw again. And unsuccessful there, trying to dump it underneath. That'll bring up 3rd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost.
Here we go.
And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back, Good job declining that penalty.
And this one is right through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Now a second down throw for Mayfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Let's go. 3-19.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his tight end, Njoku. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Mayfield on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Hurry up, here we go.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the Eagles who come away with the home victory. Carson Wentz, excellent in the victory as his guys push their record up to 8-3 on the year. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting LA Chargers. 28-13, the final score. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Detroit Lions and the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Browns on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. It was the free safety to Sean Gibson who was able to range over and knock it away.
The days of knowing your assignment, dropping to it, and calling it a day, that's over with. Because now, when you drop into a zone, especially as a defensive back, you're seeing the play in front of you. So if a man wanders into your area, guess what? Now it goes from zone to man-to-man coverage in many cases. And on this particular play, able to see the play in front of him, react to it, and knock the ball away. Gotta like what you just saw there, if you like zone defense.
And it's hard to hold a kick from this distance against him, but that is now 3 misses for him in the game so far.
3! And you wonder where his head's at right now. Kickers are a funny breed, but I have a feeling he'd love to see a 29-yarder next time to get it back in the groove.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, here we go.
Play action. Now Jackson. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Jaguars on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Jackson caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
This fielded at the 2. A beautiful fake. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
All right, here we go.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Mayfield forced out to his left and avoids the contact by sliding. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On third down, Mayfield. To the right and complete to Galladay. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
They go play action here on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Holding offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Play action. It's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Second down, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville, and a first down as well.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green.
Here's Jackson to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To throw again is Jackson. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And Jackson throwing once more. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
All right, here we go.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Encroachment, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down.
That was a dangerous throw towards the end zone. Boy, did it hang up there forever. Wanted to run up there and pull it down out of the sky.
Yeah, it felt like it really should have been intercepted. Lucky to have that one back.
You've got to be more careful when you're that close to the goal line.
Now it's Jackson toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before, getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it with Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. All right, here we go. Green, 30.
Here's Jackson. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd gone to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 30.
Mayfield with it once more. And he slings one that's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now let's go. 3-19.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
A first down throw from Mayfield. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He'll get it up the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
Mayfield looks to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Kamale Correa in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So now here comes the field goal unit again, and this phase of the game has been an absolute disaster so far. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jackson on first down. Shakes off the sag. A throw left side complete to his receiver, Westbrook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a
Still
little bit
first down.
farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
All right, here we go.
Jackson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Now Johnson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Again, it's Johnson. And now running right through it. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they made some good adjustments, though. He's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing them all sorts of trouble.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Here we go now. 3, 9.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Going to the air again with Mayfield. That's Njoku over the middle. And he'll take it down shy to 45 at the 46. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Mayfield on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Kamale Correa in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Third and long for Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that.
This is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. From the red zone now, Mayfield. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. To throw, Mayfield. They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
They go play action. Mayfield. Hard throw, incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
They'll go with a big back Fournette. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Mayfield now. And this is caught out for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this is going to be recovered by the Jaguars. And that should just about do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Set. Green 39.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Here we go now. 3 90.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
False start, offense.
So from 2nd and 10, it'll now go to 2nd and 15. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
Here we go.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Back to throw, and it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Jags, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it's a loss.